And welcome to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight, Video Productions presents a battle here in boys high school basketball. It's the Greenbrier Spartans with a record of 4-10, taking on the Beckley Flying Eagles with a record of 6-6. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, Jackie Moon on camera. And Eric, anytime Greenbrier East and Beckley play in anything, it really brings the best out in each team.
Yeah, it brings the best out in the players, the crowds, the coaches. It's just a good rivalry.
It's a good rivalry. Beckley, though, was coming off a big win and a much-needed win. You and I had the opportunity to call that game, and what a tough victory. And like I said, a much-needed win, beating Huntington on Saturday afternoon. Beckley enters the game 6-6. Greenbrier East, just their fortunes have not been quite as good. They're 4-10. They lost 5 in a row, and things have really headed south for the Spartans. And if Greenbrier East can come in here and get a win tonight, perhaps that could turn their season around.
Yeah, and in Greenbrier East, that's one thing they've been able to do. No matter what level of play they've played in previous games, they always seem to up their game a notch when it comes to playing the Beckley Flying Eagles.
This will be the second meeting of the year. It was Beckley's first game, and Eric, you and I went as spectators, and that was way back on the 8th of December. Beckley won that game 62-38, and what I remember about that game was Greenbrier East led 19-10 at the end of the first quarter. So East put up 19 points at the end of, as I said, at the end of the first quarter, and they only finished with 38 for the remainder of the game. So Beckley's defense was really outstanding on the opening night of the season.
Yeah, on the opening night of the season, and we thought, that Beckley, if they could bottle that up, and that's one thing that Beckley has struggled with consistency on the defensive end of the ball.
And here's another thing, too, Eric. This is a sectional opponent. We mentioned Beckley's already beat them once. But Beckley also has wins already over Princeton and wins already over Oak Hill. So they beat everybody in their section. They have lost to George Washington and South Charleston in the region, but they got a win over Capital in the region. So Beckley stands great in the section and really good in the region.
Yeah, they really do. And, you had a chance to go as a spectator to the South Charleston game when Beckley lost, a game that they had a chance to win, had a lead late, or early in the fourth quarter. And, the George Washington game was there for the taking. And so as far as the region, I think if they can just continue to grow and get better on the defensive end and rebound that basketball a lot better, I think they can compete and contend with anybody in the region.
And what Beckley obviously wants to do is they want to get home court advantage, even though they haven't played their best basketball here at home. But I think now that Elijah Redfern has now been back in a couple of games, and I think that big win over Huntington is going to give this Beckley team a lot of confidence, because they really, they pulled the ball around, and they just didn't have to rely on Elijah Redfern to score all the points for them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I had a chance to go back and review the game, and the one thing that I noticed, other than after the Shady game, it seemed like Elijah was trying to take it all up on himself, Elijah Redfern against Shady, rivalry coming back, the first game. But I thought against Huntington, he was the opposite end of the spectrum with that. He really played that point guard position, assisted on a lot of the early buckets, and then took over in spots. The decisive third quarter when they were able to pull ahead, I think that's when he finished with 16 points, and he had 8 points in that quarter.
As you mentioned, Eric, that third quarter, Zion Hawthorne hit that big three that gave Beckley the lead to the fourth quarter that they never gave up. And then at the end of the game, Kobe Dillon drawing the fouls and getting to the line. And, I spoke with his mom after the game, and Lauren's like, well, she was so nervous. And I'm like, I can understand that from a parent. But I said, Eric and I knew he was going to make both of them, and he did. And the net didn't even move, just like when he made 3 free throws that put a game in overtime, a game that Beckley eventually lost. But, there's nobody that is good as some of the other free throw shooters are on the Beckley team. If you're Beckley, there's nobody in any situation, especially when the game's on the line, you want at the free throw line more than Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, that's without a doubt. That is a great statement and the truth. A lot of guys can make shots, free throws during the course of the game, but a lot of guys can't make free throws to either tie or win a game. It takes a special mindset, and you wouldn't think anything different from Kobe Dillon stepping up and knocking those down.
For Greenbrier East, they really got to get a solid game tonight out of Gabe Patton. He's averaging 17 a game. He's the team's leading scorer. He missed some time due to injury, but he'll be ready to go tonight. Yeah,
he'll definitely be ready to go. And anytime you got a coach's son, I always talk about this on our broadcast, and it holds true. They usually have the best basketball IQ on the team. They make free throws. They do all the little stuff that their dads can take them and yell at them for or coach them on, at the dinner table. So good looking player.
So it's Greenbrier East 4-10, Beckley 6-6. We'll take our first break. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for the tip at the bottom of the hour. Beckley and Greenbrier East streaming here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Hey, grab me one too.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Co. Company. Infinity Co. offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. Apply for a job with Infinity Co. You can apply online through the Facebook page at United Co. Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia. Also, the ball game tonight brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes. Are having Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling Saturday, February the 10th from 10 o'clock to midnight. $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can dial Leisure Lanes up at 304-253-7328 to make your reservations. Well, Eric, first of all, if you're Greenbrier East, they were very comfortable in playing a slow-down game. They want to play more of a half-court game. They may run when they can, but I think they want to keep this game in the 50s. And then you alluded to in some of our previous Beckley games, and totally agree, this is not the typical Beckley team where they got to get 70 or more. Beckley is fine scoring in the mid-60s.
Yeah, and I think the one thing with Beckley, they run in spots. It's not a typical just get it out and you want to go, but they can go when they need to, but I think they're more comfortable in their half-court sets. And I think for Greenbrier East, you're going to see some pressure from Beckley, and I think Greenbrier East guards are really going to have to handle the pressure and not turn it over.
We talked about it in our previous segment. Gabe Patton, the coach's son, he leads the team at 17 a game. But Brody Hamrick, the second leading scorer, he's a double-digit scorer, 12 a game. They've really got to have a good 1-2 punch out of those guys, I think, if East is going to pull the upset.
Yeah, and another player that I think that can contribute and usually does when we do games is Donovan Penn. I think he has the kind of game that could benefit him tonight. The way he can get to rim and really do something, bring something extra off the bench for Greenbrier East.
Yeah, he's been a real spark. He's like their microwave. And I was told when I worked with Bill O'Brien when Greenbrier East played at Shady that he's one of the few players, and you never hear this, especially in this day and time. He's like he doesn't really want to start. He wants to watch the flow of the game, and he does better. And he gets just as many minutes as some of the starters, but he's not all about starting. Like I said, he wants to watch the flow of the game and kind of be a spectator, and then he's inserted after maybe 2.5 minutes of the game started, and he, I think, could be a big spark for Greenbrier East.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And that's sometimes it's best. Some guys don't like, to start and get to see how the game is going, and when you insert it, just come in and, like you said, heat it up real quick like the microwave.
Well, this is a big week for the Beckley team, this game here tonight. And then Beckley's going to play Bluefield, and kind of a rare thing playing back-to-back like the NBA, home and home. I mean, Eric, you and I will have the boys game here on Friday night. It'll be Beckley and Bluefield, and then less than 24 hours they'll turn around and they'll go to the Brush Fork Armory in Bluewell, and Beckley and Bluefield will hook up again.
Yeah, and that both teams will know each other well after that meeting, and that's going to be a game for Beckley. Just looking ahead, that's going to be a tough matchup. Bluefield has length, and they can match Beckley athletically, probably, put more athletes on the court than Beckley does. And,
Bluefield coming off that big win against Shady last Friday night.
Yeah, and I watched that one. That was a wire-to-wire good game from Bluefield. And getting them up here on your home floor first, you better defend that home court because it's going to be tough trying to get one down at Brush Fork Armory.
Yeah, it might get a little chippy the second night after you play somebody the night before, especially whoever loses on Friday.
That's right.
And then you go on Saturday. So you're right. If you're Beckley, since you have the game on your court first, you better hold serve.
Yeah, you want to hold serve and put all that pressure, on Bluefield when you come down the next night.
Well, both teams continue to warm up, and we're going to take our second Beckley Auto Mall Dutch Miller pregame break. And we'll be right back with Beckley and Greenbrier East tipping at the bottom of the hour here on Video Productions.
When you're repping the blue and gold, staying ready is key.
That's why we hit up Little General Stores, our go-to when the clock is ticking.
At LG, they're hustling to cover your daily needs, fueling you both on and off the court.
From the finest snacks to a team that's always ready to assist, Little General Stores is the ultimate stop.
You can rest easy knowing LG has all your essentials.
Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Find out more at lgstores.com.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. If you need a plumber, you need to just know this one number. That's 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-99. You know, we always talk about the team's top 2 or 3 players for Greenbrier East. We've already mentioned Patton. We talked about Hamrick, and we talked about Penn. Is there any other player on Greenbrier East that if they're to pull up this upset that might be an X factor or might really have to have a big game for the Spartans?
Did you mention Peyton DeHaven?
I did not.
Yeah, I remember, we had a chance to watch them, and we did a scrimmage and saw him a couple of times, and I think he could be an X factor if you could get more production out of him tonight.
And he's a double-digit scorer as well for Greenbrier East, and he is a starter, and he does a good job running the point.
Yeah, running the point. He's a guard, and he's going to be integral in this game of trying to keep the Beckley guards at bay, because that's one thing that's slept on about Kobe Dillon and Zy Hawthorne. They're really, really good on-ball defenders when they get down and get after it.
And that's the next thing I'm going to ask you. Of course, we always, when you talk Beckley, you start with Elijah Redfern. Everybody knows about Kobe Dillon, the way he can shoot the three, the way he shoots free throws. But everybody knows about Zion Hawthorne too. But is there anyone maybe outside of those three that could play a big role tonight for Beckley?
There's 2. And I'm going to mention them together because they play down low. And it's Nazir King. I thought if you could give a person who didn't score a lot or anything like that the game ball against Huntington, it was him, keeping a lot of balls alive and fighting those athletic guys for Huntington. And I think Nazir King and Jalen Walton, the way he's came on the last 2 quarters against Shady and in the game against Huntington, I think if he could keep ascending up, he could really, really be a big shot in the arm to this Beckley team.
Yeah, Walton's pretty much could be a double-double. He's really a tough matchup for anybody in the low post.
And I think just getting him involved a little bit early on really is the key sometimes. Some players get lost in the shuffle a little bit. Get them involved early and get that blood flowing and get them going.
Yeah, Walton, he had 15 points against Shady, and he had a fairly good game the other afternoon when Beckley beat Huntington.
Yeah, he had a big fourth quarter, because he made some key free throws down the stretch. Beckley was able to go 4 for 5 in that fourth quarter, and he made 2 of 3, so that's big, and he was able to get a couple of layups.
And that's another thing, because of how good he is around the basket, he gets a lot of the other team's big guys in foul trouble.
That's right, and I think that him, along with King, and King's been coming on, and he actually started the Huntington game and been coming off the bench, and I think he's going to capitalize on more playing time.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're really close to this, and before we go to break, Preston Clary, who had been starting, do you think it's hurt his confidence any that he was taken out of the starting lineup and now he comes off the bench?
No, because I don't think that kid's disposition is not like that. I think he's a team-first kind of guy, and he could be turn into like a Donovan Penn. See the game flow, come in, make a couple shots in spots, defend, and help the team out.
Well, Beckley's already left the floor. They're back in their locker room. Greenbrier East is finishing up their pregame warm-ups. We're about 4 or 5 minutes of getting the game started. We'll take our final Dutch Miller Beckley Auto Mall pregame break, and we'll be right back with the opening tip after this here on Video Production.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
When you're repping the blue and gold, staying ready is key.
That's why we hit up Little General Stores, our go-to when the clock is ticking.
At LG, they're hustling to cover your daily needs, fueling you both on and off the court.
From the finest snacks to a team that's always ready to assist, Little General Stores is the ultimate stop.
You can rest easy knowing LG has all your essentials.
Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Find out more at lgstores.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is your Amana dealer. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of high school basketball in the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Also, the ball game being brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some pig, and Eric, I had me lunch today. And actually, that's my pregame meal. I haven't had any dinner since I ate there about 12:30, 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's such filling. I haven't needed dinner. Great food. I tell you, try that meatloaf. Had meatloaf, green beans, and fabulous food at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with great food, whether it's breakfast or dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Doesn't matter. Well, you know, Eric, we were talking in the break, the crowd continuing to file in. Look, we're going to have a pretty good crowd. Of course, whenever it's Beckley and East, and it looks like we're going to have a blackout because we have the student body behind us, and we see the cheerleaders on one end, and the Lassies, which your daughter is a part of, on the other end. They've all got their black on, and we've got Beat East, and we've got the football team behind us, and we've got a court over here to our left, and I don't mean the basketball court. We're going to have a halftime ceremony, and look like all the young ladies and their dates are all in black, so we're going to have a real blackout here tonight.
That's right. I guess they got the note passed around. His note back in our day was just probably a group text.
Yeah. I was going to say, or, the word spreads much faster these days than it did back in our day, right?
That's right.
Of course, the thing about it, hope we don't have we might have a shootout. Instead of a blackout, we might have a shootout here tonight.
See some points put on the board.
But, Beckley will take a big step, Eric, into getting the overall #1 seed in the section. Like I said, they've already beaten Princeton, already beaten Oak Hill, already beat East. So if they can win this game tonight, Beckley, they'll be 4-0 on their half in the section. And they still have road games at Princeton and at Oak Hill. And you want to win them all. But if Beckley were to win tonight, I think they would just really need to split those last two games. And I think that would give them the top seed in the section.
And that's what you want, because we've mentioned it earlier. The last 2 years, they have not been the #1 seed. Or no, 2 years ago, I think they ended up being the #1 seed, but losing on this court.
Right.
And then to Princeton, and then last year they were definitely not the #1 seed.
They went to Princeton. They were the 3 seed
yes.
last year. Yes.
Yeah, because they went on the road and beat Greenbrier East.
Well, they went on the road and lost to Princeton last year.
But and then Oak Hill, beat Greenbrier East.
Yeah, and then Princeton beat Oak Hill, and then Princeton got knocked out of going to the state tournament. I think South Charleston made it.
And then South Charleston beat Oak Hill.
Beat Princeton, right? I think that's how
it
it went.
That's how it
I think that's how it went.
South Charleston beat Princeton.
But, Beckley, like I said, it's all about the home court. And I like the setup. It makes all these games really mean something because the seeding is so important.
Yeah, and it makes like you said, the games in the section mean something, and you want to play. I don't care. Like you said, they've struggled a little bit on this court, but they've also struggled against some quality, some basketball teams. But it's always best to play in section and regionals on your home court.
Yeah, you always want to be at home. And if Beckley, if they do get the #1 seed in the section, they know that their path to getting to the state tournament in Charleston, they know has to come through this building, that they'll have everything at home. Everything will be right there in front of them.
Yes, and that's what you strive for, and that's what this team, is trying to build to and get better each night.
Well, it looks like we're getting ready to have the playing of the national anthem. and then we'll have the introduction of the starters and ready to go as Beckley is lined up across the free throw line. And as soon as they make an announcement for everybody to stand, then we'll go to break. And we're moments away, like I said, after the anthem, right at 7:30. By the way, Beckley's JV team, they led Greenbrier 28-0, Eric, at the end of the first quarter, and eventually won the game 60-40, I believe it was.
Yeah, and that was, like you said, 28-0. That's a tough quarter right there for Greenbrier East on the road.
All right, so we're going to have the playing of the national anthem. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the starting lineup and the opening tip of tonight's game right after this here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're repping the blue and gold, staying ready is key.
That's why we hit up Little General Stores, our go-to when the clock is ticking.
At LG, they're hustling to cover your daily needs, fueling you both on and off the court.
From the finest snacks to a team that's always ready to assist, Little General Stores is the ultimate stop.
You can rest easy knowing LG has all your essentials.
Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Find out more at lgstores.com.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. Greenbrier East, Eric, being introduced. First of all, we will have Brody Hamrick, averaging 12 a game. And, we had talked about Donovan Penn not like to start, but he's in the starting lineup. As soon as we talk about that, we knew that was going to happen. So you've got Donovan Penn, a starter. You've got Hamrick out there is a starter. And
DeHaven. Peyton
DeHaven and Patton. And who am I missing?
That's it.
Is it Lambert? I got four.
Yeah,
I got Penn,
Hamrick, DeHaven, Lane Lambert, and Patton.
And Lambert. All right, that's Greenbrier East is 5. Greenbrier East is 4-10. They've lost 5 in a row for Beckley. Kobe Dillon, Zion Hawthorne. Kobe Dillon averaging 16 a game, shooting 90% from the free throw line. Hawthorne averaging 14 a game, shooting 85% from the free throw line. Jalen Walton, as you mentioned, Nazir King, I think he really played well in a starting role the other afternoon against Huntington.
Yeah, and the key to him is staying out of foul trouble. Just to see how the game was called early and not pick up any of those cheap, quick fouls and stay on the court.
And the heart and soul of the Beckley team, Elijah Redfern, being introduced. So we're moments away from getting the game started. Glad you're with us here on Video Production. Got a pretty good crowd, and right behind us, I know the viewers can't see it, but Eric, boy, I tell you, the Beckley student body, nothing makes them, show out and shine out more than playing Greenbrier East.
That's right. They drop what they're doing when you say Greenbrier East is coming to town.
That's right.
Hey, they're here.
So we're about ready to get this game started. Getting it started NBA style tonight, about 7:35. And in the center circle for the Spartans will be Lane Lambert. Or will it be, it might be Hamrick that's going to jump, and I believe it will be Hamrick. And I'm sure it'll be Walton for Beckley. They're getting their final instructions from Beckley coach Ron Kidd. Beckley, of course, wearing their home traditional white, trimmed in maroon. Greenbrier East in the gold, trimmed in green. And it will be Walton to jump against Hamrick.
Let's go, Mustard Boy.
We are ready to go. Sit back and enjoy. Beckley 6-6, Greenbrier East 4-10. The second time this season. Beckley won the first game at Greenbrier East December the 8th, 62-33, and Beckley will control the tip. Greenbrier East, they're going to come out in the zone, and Hawthorne will shoot over an air ball, but there's King with the putback.
Azir King, Johnny on the spot as he gets an offensive rebound and impacts the game quick.
Of course, Hawthorne's going to say it was a pass, right?
Yeah, it was a oop.
Or he's going to look at his hand, right?
And right off the bat, that's one of the plays that I said.
Right, you touched on this as we watched this last bucket by Beckley. You touched on that, Eric, about King getting early foul trouble. There's King catching it out of the air in the putback.
Yeah, and that's just one of those, a little too over-aggressive on the hedge, and you can't pick that up like 30 seconds into the game.
You know, you got to save your fouls for somebody's driving to the basket. And that's what you got to save your fouls for, not fouling somebody, 15, 20 feet from the hoop. Pin on the drive, and they cut him off. And this is kind of what I expected for Greenbrier East, kind of in a half-court game. They get the ball inside, it's a short shot, and it's tipped around, and Walton comes out of there with the rebound. King on the drive, off the glass, up and in.
And look at the court vision by Elijah Redfern to get it out and put it in the perfect spot for King to catch and finish.
And the one thing about it, too, is there's a 16-footer put up by Penn. It's no good. The long rebound ran down. Beckley has it. King making the most of his starting position. Beautiful pass by Redfern to King, and he gets hammered, and King will get to the line to shoot a pair.
What a no-look pass by Elijah Redfern right here. We check it out on the Access Health Instant Replay. Nice little no-look, and King gets a chance to go to the free throw line and knock down two.
And, Eric, the thing I like, if the bigs run the floor, the Beckley guards will get them the ball. And that's what I say. There's nothing better to throw the ball to your bigs when they run the floor like that as King misses the first free throw.
Well, the thing is, a lot of kids, a lot of people outside looking in, when you see a kid that averages well over 25 points a game, you think he's just shooting all the time and doing it. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. Elijah Redfern is a complete ball player, and he really tries to get everybody else involved as King knocks down the second.
So King's got all 5 points, kind of like the girls' game we did last night, where Somalia Nelson had the first 7 points in the Beckley girls win last night. Here's Penn with it, passes down low. There's Lambert, and he gets the foul, and it's on the floor as Walton will commit the foul.
Yeah, Walton, that'll be on the floor, which may end up good because you didn't give up a layup. I know Walton picks up this second and the team's second, but now Greenbrier East will have to try to score out of a set offense.
So Patton to put it in play on the baseline. And King right there being very active, got a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds.
Beckley looks like they have a little bounce in their steps.
Yes, they do.
Tonight.
Yes. Well, I'm sure the fact of playing Greenbrier East had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but you know what else? You win one, man. Right. Winning makes you feel a lot better about yourself.
It's a lot easier to come to practice on Monday and to shoot around today after come off a big win like they had on Saturday.
A lot easier dealing with those coaches, too.
That's right. Absolutely. Penn on the drive, off the glass, and it goes. Good play by Penn.
And that's what he can bring to the table right there. Good athletic young man.
Patton, the coach of Greenbrier, he's probably thinking, I can't wait to bring Penn off the bench. I got to get him right off the jump. There's Hawthorne for three in the far corner. Back iron, no good, but Kobe Dillon runs down the rebound. Walton inside, offensive foul all the way.
All the way.
You lower your shoulder, they're going to call it every time.
And the reason I said that so decisively, but one of these, the way the ball was thrown, I'm not, it's a good pass, but sometimes you can lead your player into one of those. And Walton did get that shoulder in.
That's his second foul,
yes.
And he's coming out of the game. Preston Clary will check in. And as you talked about in the pregame, Beckley extending the pressure.
Yeah, and this is where they can make their mark, too, with Preston here. You get a little smaller, but he's real active on Preston Clary. He's a lot active on the defensive end as Brady Hamrick knocks the three down.
So Beckley scores the first 5. Greenbrier East scores the next 5. Here's Redfern from the corner for 3. It hits the side of the backboard, and East comes out of there with it. Spartans with a chance to take their first lead. Penn on the move, tacks the basket. Good play by Penn. He'll draw the foul and get to the line.
And Donovan Penn, this is his type of game. I mean, and we've noticed that out of him. And he had to eventually get inserted into the starting lineup.
Well, that's what I say. I think, in some games you're thinking Penn does better when he's coming off the bench, but I think when you're playing a team like Beckley, with the athletes that Beckley has, you've got to get Penn into the starting lineup right away. And, Eric, that is the fourth Beckley team foul, and we haven't even played 3 minutes yet.
Yeah, and that's one thing. When we said they had a pep in their step, they're also hacking.
So Penn able to make 1 of 2, and Greenbrier East 6-0 run to get their first lead of the game. Greenbrier East back in that zone. Clary will shoot over the zone and knock it down.
And that's one thing you can get out of Preston. He's more than capable of knocking down 3. And right there he answers the bell coming in off the bench.
Patton will dial it up for 3. It's short, but Hamrick with the rebound.
Well, you don't see Patton missing too many of those wide open shots.
And he'll spin, drive to the basket, lay it up, and good. What a play by Patton to tie the game.
Beautiful drive by Patton. He was in his bag right there.
King down low, puts the shot up too strong. Battle for the rebound, and Greenbrier East comes out of there with it. Good strong rebound by Patton. Penn for 3 in the lead. That's not there. And the rebound is loose on the floor, and Hawthorne comes out of there with it. So a lot of action here in this first 3.5 minutes. Almost 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Redfern on the drive, gets into the lane. I thought he was going to take that shot as they cut Dillon off on the drive.
A little too high on the pass right there, and Kobe was not able to get a shot off.
King in the low post, spins, nice head fake, nice little short shot. What a nice move by Nazir King. What a nice move that was.
And he has 7 of the 10 right now for Beckley. And that was one of our key players to the game.
That's right. DeHaven with it.
But right now, you have to love what Greenbrier East is doing, because they're taking the Beckley's best punch early and they're matching them as Lane Lambert hits the baseline jumper.
That's right. Beckley looked like, they were going to run away and hide. They scored the first 5. He scored the next 6, and now even here at 10. Kobe Dillon, a deep 3. Good! Kaboom! Kobe Dillon. He shot that from another zip code. I mean, he was deep when he knocked down that 3.
It looked good when it left his hands.
Well, it
nice
did.
Rotation.
He's got great height, nice rotation, as you mentioned, Eric. Here's a 3 ball on the other end, and a quick answer that time by Patton.
I liked how Patton looked at the crowd. He was like, we got it too.
Right, he's like back at you.
Right back at you. That's why you love these games right here.
Dillon wide open for 3 again. That time maybe 2 wide open as Penn will clear the rebound for the Spartans.
Well, defensively, you can't have those breakdowns on Kobe Dillon like that if you're Greenbrier East.
Yeah, I think that Greenbrier East, there's a turnover travel on Penn. But you're right, Greenbrier East got away with one by having Kobe Dillon, as here's Patton dialing it up from downtown.
Yeah, it might have got a little contact on that. As a crowd chants, you can't do that. No, you can't.
Well, you can only do it if the referee don't catch you,
That's
right?
right.
And we've seen that happen a time or two.
A time or two.
So Beckley trying to regain the lead on this possession. Redfern thought about the step-back 3. And now he'll drive, attack the basket, put it up and in. Nice job by Elijah Redfern. Beckley back in front.
Elijah with a nice, silky smooth drive, getting into the paint. And not getting the charge because Patton dials it up.
Yeah, that's a little strong. Clary clears the rebound for Beckley.
Tough pass.
Yeah, that's too long of a pass, and it's a Beckley turnover. Now Beckley fortunate they'll get it back. Greenbrier East on the inline, but still, you're right, Eric. That was too long of a pass.
Yeah, that a good look, but full length of the court bounce pass will get through there. That's a tough look. But the vision's there, just not able to complete that pass.
So Beckley inbounds. Hawthorne open. Thought about the 3. Gives it to Kobe Dillon. Now Hawthorne will dial it up for 3. And it doesn't go, and Penn will get the rebound for Greenbrier East. A lot of action here in this first quarter. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Greenbrier East shoots for the lead, and they got it. A 3 ball by Hamrick. And the Spartans lead by 1.
And that's 2 threes for Hamrick in the quarter.
Clary. He'll shoot for the lead. It won't go. He had a good look. Greenbrier East on the move. Even though on the move, even though East has got the lead, Eric, I think this pace favors Beckley.
Oh, it does. This is a good pace, like I said, but East is matching them right now, as far as shot for shot. Another good look.
Hawthorne has his shot swatted. And of course, if you're Greenbrier East, you have to come up with a good start. Here's Penn with the finish, lays it up and in. Great defense on one end by the Spartans. They get a layup on the other. Redfern on the drive, down low, King up and in. What a big first quarter that King has had for Beckley.
9 points in the quarter.
Wow, this is fun. Coming up on the final minute of quarter number 1. New player into the ball game, Reed McGraw into the ball game now for Greenbrier East. Let's see if Spartans want to hold it perhaps for the final shot of the quarter.
I think they're going to hold it for one.
Of course, this first quarter, as far as Greenbrier East is concerned, is very similar to the first quarter they had in the first game back on December the 8th.
Sure is. Almost a carbon copy.
Yeah, because they had 19 points at the end of that quarter. They got 18 now. And the Spartans look like they definitely will hold it now for the final shot. We're in the final 15 seconds of the opening quarter. Patton on the move into the lane, tacks the basket with the left hand, little strong. There's a strip by King. Beckley out to Hawthorne. The shot will count if it goes, and it doesn't go. But an exciting first quarter at the end of one. It's Greenbrier East 18, Beckley 17. We're back with the second quarter after this here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
We're headed to the second quarter. Greenbrier East leads by 1. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. And if you've got plumbing problems, you just need to know this one number. That's 304-253-HELP for Modley's. And you know, Eric, Greenbrier East will have the ball to start the second quarter. And even though the Spartans lead by 1, and I'm sure that's exactly what Greenbrier East felt they needed to do, have a good start, I still felt the pace favored Beckley.
Yeah, but good start for Greenbrier East, and let's see if they can continue that hot shooting. They knocked down a couple of 3 balls in that first quarter.
Drew Fitzwater will start the second quarter for Beckley. There's a drive on the baseline for Greenbrier East. Here's McGraw into the lane, and the ball's knocked free, and Kobe Dillon comes up with a steal. Greenbrier East gets back good in transition, so Beckley turns East over on the first possession of the second quarter. And now it looks like that East is going to get out of the zone, go man-to-man. Clary on the baseline, on the drive, puts up the shot. It doesn't go, but he draws the foul.
And I like Clary, Preston Clary right there on that drive. Not settling for that 3 and going in and creating some space, getting the contact into the free throw line.
Well, that first quarter, Beckley scored the first 5. Greenbrier East scored the next 6, and back and forth we went. Tied at 10, tied at 13, and then Greenbrier East able to have a 1-point lead as Clary at the free throw line will tie the game. Not quite a minute in to quarter number 2, and we're all even.
And Greenbrier East started the quarter with Patton on the bench and getting him back in the game real quick.
And Penn is out of there. He had a good first quarter for Greenbrier East as well.
Give him a little breather. Don't look for him to be out of this game too long.
Clary makes them both. Beckley regains the lead. One of the big things, Eric, Walton for Beckley sit out most of that first quarter because he got in foul trouble. He had 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, that's true.
But King played really big in the low post for Beckley.
And I was going to say, with the luxury of King playing a lot better and now Drew Fitzwater gets a chance to help out down low.
Right, I say Beckley having the luxury to have a third big with Fitzwater into the ball game. DeHaven with a nice bounce pass, but it's stripped. Kobe Dillon with it. Over to Redfern. Redfern will lay it up and in with the left hand.
And a good play defensively right there by Preston Clary and Kobe Dillon as they got the deflection and got out in transition.
Beckley on a 6-0 run going back into the first quarter.
That's long.
At three is no good. And Redfern clears the rebound, and Beckley throws it away. That's an unforced error. The ball on the outlet pass just a little high for Hawthorne.
And here Hawthorne on the finish right there. Nice
or
easy
Redfern on the finish.
Excuse me, Redfern. Nice easy layup.
We got a timeout on the floor. We got a 30 or a full. It's a 30. We'll keep it here, and we'll tell you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Infinity Co. Infinity Co. offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. You can apply for a job with Infinity Co. as you can apply online at the Facebook page at United Co. Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia. Well, Eric, right now, it's everything we thought it would be. You cannot tell that Greenbrier East is only 4-10 and coming in here on a 5-game losing streak. And, we talk about the Beckley fans and players. You hear Greenbrier East. I think it works the same for Greenbrier East. They hear Beckley, and it really gets their players up as well.
Yeah, they pull up their stakes and come to Beckley, and they love nothing better than coming on this court and getting a victory.
So after the Beckley turnover and out of the timeout, Greenbrier East will inbound side out. Beckley current on a 6-0 run from being down 3 to now ahead by 3.
Almost another turnover, dangerous pass right there in the corner.
Nathan Dixon into the lineup for Greenbrier East, and there's a charge on the Spartans.
I think that's going to be whistled on. Let's see, gets that shoulder.
That's
Preston Clary taking the
charge, and Hamrick committing the foul.
That'll be his first and the team's second of the quarter.
So the Spartans now look like they did this last time too, getting out of that zone maybe, and nope. For a minute, the last time looked like they did. Now they're back in that zone.
Yeah, it's a little matchup zone, but this guy can shoot you out of one.
And Kobe Dillon shoots over the zone for a 3. Beckley currently on a 9-0 run right now. And I think this is a real danger zone for Greenbrier East. Patton on the drive into the lane. Scoop shot doesn't go. Loose ball, and Redfern comes out of there with it. Redfern thought about the 3, and now he'll shoot it, and looked like he was kind of off his mark. Here's DeHaven in the open floor with the left hand. It goes, and Redfern commits the foul. And that's one, Eric, if you're Redfern, you just got to let him go, right?
Yeah, you got to leave that alone as DeHaven's able to get the layup.
That'll stop a 9-0 Beckley run as DeHaven will have a nice finish. There's the foul on Redfern, and DeHaven will try to polish off a 3-point play.
He was okay up high. The offhand, push.
Right.
Yep.
So DeHaven's free throw is good. And that trims the Beckley lead to 3.
Looks like they're back to that man-to-man.
Hawthorne on the drive, down low to Fitzwater for the finish. I wasn't sure that was going to stay in. That's why I said for the finish. I didn't know it was going to come back out on him.
I'd like to see Drew Fitzwater just go up with a little more authority and get it up off that glass. Yeah. Nice lay-in, but get it up off that glass.
Ball hung up there. I wasn't sure it was going to go down.
Defensive intensity is picked up for both of these teams.
Kobe Dillon almost got a steal there. Coming up on the 4.5-minute mark of the first half.
And you see Greenbrier East now is trying to settle down and run offense because the pace of that first quarter was not to their liking.
Patton had a 3, decided to pass up the 3 for a little better shot on the baseline, and he knocks it down.
And that's Gabe Patton's 7th point.
Here's Hawthorne on the baseline drive. They cut him off. And then Fitzwater throws the ball out, and the ball is deflected out of bounds. And here is Greenbrier East.
As Patton's on the instant replay, knocking down the 12-footer.
Here into the ball game, Braylon Godfrey will check in for Greenbrier East. Also, Penn back into the lineup for the Spartans as well. McGraw also back into the game for Greenbrier East. So coming up on the halfway point of quarter number 2. Beckley working around the horn. Hawthorne passes the ball inside. The ball is knocked free. Clary able to pick it back up. Nice shovel pass to Fitzwater, and Fitzwater able to score. That was a nifty pass.
Yes, it looked like he was trapped and, just shoveled it under, and Fitzwater picks up back-to-back buckets.
So Fitzwater with 4 points. There's Patton with it now. Beckley playing really good defense. Godfrey with it. He just was inserted into the lineup. Pick and roll. And boy, Beckley is really great defense as they whip the ball across, and we got a timeout for Greenbrier East. But that was really good Beckley defense on that possession.
It was. They had him in the corner a couple of times. I thought they might run and jump and trap right there, make it a little more difficult to pass out of it.
We got a 30-second timeout, so while we got a minute, want to tell you about one of our sponsors for the game tonight, Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They got Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling. Take your sweetheart, your sweet tea, Saturday on February the 10th to Leisure Lanes, 10 o'clock to midnight for Futuristic Bowling Sweetheart style. I know the heavy hitter knows all about that. $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can dial up Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328 to make your reservations now. Well, Eric, this has been a great game. Back and forth we went. East led by 1 at the end of the quarter, and Beckley up 5 now here with 3:08 left in the first half.
Yeah, and this is a good timeout by Coach Jared Patton for Greenbrier East, because in possession basketball, you don't want to let Beckley go on another run. You want to keep it within shouting distance and have a chance to win it in the end.
So out of the timeout, Greenbrier East put the ball in play right here in front of us. Here's Hamrick open from 16 straight away, back iron, and Kobe Dillon clears the rebound for Beckley. And that, that's one thing, Eric. We've only got 3 fouls between the two teams in this quarter. It's been played at a really good pace and, just really good basketball, no fouling. Fitzwater on the roll and a finish. So Drew Fitzwater has got 6 points, and this gives Beckley their biggest lead of the game right here at 7.
And what you like about Fitzwater getting inserted and finally finishing a little bit and just build your confidence with that kind of play.
Well, like I said, here's Penn on the drive, and now when I was going to finish this comment, the shot's no good. Fitzwater the rebound. Beckley fortunate to have 3 bigs. Walton is Redfern's fouled. Walton has spent most of this half on the bench with 2 fouls, and Fitzwater has really stepped up.
Yeah, he hasn't been back in since the 5-minute mark of the
first quarter. Of course, King started the game and played well in the first quarter, but Fitzwater has given Beckley quality minutes.
And with this lineup, King's been out the last 4 minutes.
Right.
And you're right. We just played a hot hand and fortunate, to have 3 quality bigs.
Fitzwater started this quarter. He's got 6 points. He's played well for Beckley. Here's Kobe Dillon with it. They give Dillon space. The 3 is good. And now Beckley with this largest lead, a 10-point advantage.
But good job by Hawthorne. The way he can pretty much penetrate and kick like that most of the night.
Yeah, when you see Kobe Dillon get that much space, that much room, you just got to hope and pray he misses, which doesn't happen too often. And he's able to knock that down. Beckley's biggest lead is here at 10. Here's a 3 from the far corner. That's too strong by Hamrick. Loose ball, and Kobe Dillon comes out of there with it.
Oh, they missed Fitzwater on the leak right there.
Drive to the basket, and they call a block.
Wow.
And an and one.
Thought that was a charge, Maris.
Well, the ones that count call it the hoop and the harm.
Well, let's see right here on the instant replay. No, that is the correct call. What didn't slide over enough was kind of turning sideways, which I would too. It's easy for me to say, but
Well,
I'm not taking a knee to the chops.
Well, Eric, a couple of minutes ago, this is a close game, a 3-point game, and now Beckley has opened it up to 12. And Redfern, a very good free throw shooter, if he can knock this down, which he does, now Beckley with their biggest lead at 13. And this is kind of a very similar take to the first meeting back on December the 8th up at Greenbrier East.
Yes, it is. And what Coach Ron Kidd and his great coaching staff can hang their hats on right now is I think they've done it on the defensive end.
Well, they have. They've really smothered Greenbrier East. You look, Eric, Greenbrier East only scored 5 points this quarter. They got 18. East turns it over, and that's a great point. East got 18 points in the first quarter. No coach is going to be happy giving up an 18-point quarter, but you're right. Beckley with the extra juice, the way they played on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, turning it up.
Right, holding Greenbrier East only 5 points thus far.
But I think your assessment, and you were absolutely right at the end of the first quarter, you said although they're leading 18-17,
the pace was
definitely in Beckley's favor, not the way that Greenbrier East wants to play this game.
So Greenbrier East will dip into its bench. Dixon will check in. Penn will have a seat. Redfern will set to put the ball in play side out down to our right. And even 1 minute for the half. Beckley with the ball and their biggest lead of the game right here at 13. Coach Ron Kidd up barking instructions, and let's see if Beckley, well, I don't think they're going to hold the whole minute. Of course, the next Greenbrier East foul will put Beckley at the line, and there it is. So Redfern, who's a really good free throw shooter, will now walk up to the free throw line, and he will shoot 2 shots.
What I like about it is the awareness by Redfern to understand, hey, they have 4 fouls. Attack this and get to the free throw line. And if you get these free throws, you may get a chance for another possession the way you're playing defensively.
Perhaps Redfern at the line.
You can be aggressive because you only have 1 team foul in this quarter. But it's wild. This quarter is the opposite of what the first quarter was. Beckley was with the 5 fouls to Greenbrier East 1.
Yeah, Greenbrier East could play that pace for 1 quarter. It's hard to play that pace for 2, 3, or 4 quarters. As Redfern makes them both, biggest lead of the game at 15 right here by Beckley. The clock, it was stuck on 44, a couple seconds.
Deflection.
Probably a couple seconds should have ran off. Here's Greenbrier East with a short shot in the lane, and it goes, and that shot is up and in by Lambert.
Nice pass by Hall.
There's a foul. I was going to say, Eric, Beckley had been on a 10-0 run until Lambert able to hit that shot for Greenbrier East.
Yes.
A Spartan foul.
I think that's going to be on DeHaven. They caught Peyton DeHaven mismatch. Good recognition by Zion Hawthorne and Nazir King can get to the free throw line where he's 1 of 2 on the evening.
So King at the line, and he'll shoot a pair. And the first free throw is good.
That's where he can make his mark. He has to be able to knock down free throws.
Well, if you're Coach Ron Kidd, you got to be happy. If King can hit this, you at least got 40 points at halftime, and you've held Greenbrier East to only 25. And there's still, I know, another possession left for Greenbrier East, but still, you got to be happy. Free throw by King, got them both, and there's the 40th Beckley point. 15-point lead equals the largest lead of the game right here.
Beckley extends that pressure.
Yep, final 23 seconds of the half.
Ooh.
There's McGraw. He's in trouble. There's a shot on the side, up and in.
Lambert again.
Yep, I was going to say back-to-back hoops by Lambert. 9 seconds left for the half. Redfern down low to King, and King lays it up and in. And that's how the half will end.
Wow, Kobe Dillon in it with his steal. It didn't count, though.
Yeah, and at the half, Beckley, with its largest lead of the game, a 15-point advantage. It's Beckley 42, Greenbrier East 27. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap. We'll do it after this here on Video Productions.
again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And Edward Jones. And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court. You can see the lovely lassies of Beckley out there performing here at the break. And they got a lot of smiling faces throughout the building, Eric, because Beckley's up 15, 42-27. And we're going to recap the first half. And recap the first half is brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel with locations in Beckley and Princeton. Love me some Cracker Barrel. Had lunch there this afternoon, and fabulous job from the great people at Cracker Barrel. Also, as we recap the game, that's brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You need to plan, whether you're currently working or if you're retired, you need to plan with Heather Cantley at Edward Jones, 304-254-9995. Well, Beckley scored the first 5 points of the game. Greenbrier Easton scored the next 6 to take a 6-5 lead. We were tied at 8, tied at 10, tied at 13. Greenbrier East led 18-17. I made the comment at the end of the quarter, even though the Spartans were up by 1, I felt the pace of the game was still in Beckley's favor. And then Beckley took control there of the second quarter. They got a lead out to 24-18, then 28-23. Then they build to a 10-point lead, 33-23. And then they finish the half strong, and Beckley leads by 15 here at the break, 42-27. We're going to take the Massey Power Sports halftime show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Eric will take you inside the numbers of the first half, and we'll do it here on the other end of the break here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
This game is sponsored by Brian Hilton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Hilton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Hilton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Dunkin' is here with your holiday helpers. Peppermint mocha and toasted white chocolate signature lattes. A touch of delicious holiday magic to help you seize the season. Sip through the holidays with signature lattes at Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience, 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. At the break, Beckley leads Greenbrier East by 15, 42-27. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Indoor Air. Indoor Air, you're a Amana dealer for all your plumbing and cooling needs. You can dial up Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Also being brought to you in part by Infinity Coal. Infinity Coal operates an underground mine, surface mine, and preparation plant in Raleigh and Wyoming counties. You can apply for a job online at United Coal Company there on Facebook, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located on Independence Road in Sophia, West Virginia. Beckley leads by 15, 42-27. And, Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Okay, scoring by quarters went like this. Greenbrier East was ahead at the end of one, 18-17. And as you stated, the halftime score is 42-27. And Mariners, big second quarter by Beckley is the most that I've seen him score since we've been watching him this year. 25-point quarter in the second quarter to take a commanding lead here at halftime. And this is the way they've done it. They've done it with balance, and that being Beckley. Beckley is being led in scoring at the half by Nazir King, who has 11. Kobe Dillon, who's knocked down 3 threes, has 9. Elijah Redfern has 9. Drew Fitzwater off the bench, big second quarter with 6, all 6 coming in that quarter. And Preston Clary off the bench with 5. So they've really done it, spreading the wealth. Greenbrier East, on the other hand, and Beckley, another stat that I want to give, they were 8 of 9. They went to the free throw line 9 times and knocked down to 8. So been a consistently pretty good free throw shooting team. Out of the 27 points, Gabe Patton is leading the way for Greenbrier East with 7. Brady Hamrick with 6. Donovan Penn, who was one of our keys early in the game, had 5 in the first quarter, but was shut out, no points in the second quarter. And Peyton DeHaven, 3, and Lane Lambert with 6 for Greenbrier East.
So at the break, Beckley leads by 15, 42-27. We'll take our final Massey Power Sports halftime show break. Come back, get you ready for the second half, and we'll do it coming up here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Northside, where everybody rides. Northside Chevrolet Buick GMC Rad 19 in Summersville on Northside Drive. Brand new professional grade GMCs for less, including ready for work heavy duties, Chevy Silverados, Equinox, and more at Northside. A new generation of luxury is here. Experience the new Buick at Northside Chevrolet Buick GMC Rad 19 in Summersville. Browse our enormous inventory now at northsidewv.net.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. And Eric, right now, this 15-point lead equals the largest lead of the game. And I really think for Greenbrier East, I think this first couple of minutes of the third quarter are very critical if they're going to get back in the game.
Yeah, definitely have to, whatever your halftime adjustments are, if you're Greenbrier East, you need to really come out, execute them, and don't let this, you need to get this under double digits by the end of the fourth to have a chance.
Because like I said, this first half.
End of the third.
This first half mirrors the way the first game between these two teams, which Beckley won 62-38 back on December the 8th. In fact, Greenbrier East led 19-10 at the end of the first quarter, and East had 19, as I just mentioned, at the end of the quarter, and only finished with 38. East had 18 tonight and led 18-17 at the end of the quarter, but East not getting into double digits, only a 9-point second quarter, and Beckley exploded, as you talked about, a 25-point quarter. And you're right, Eric, of all the games you and I have done of Beckley this season, by far was their most points in any one quarter.
Yeah, and the most efficient quarter. They really didn't turn the ball over much either in that second quarter, and was able to turn Greenbrier East over, and really a complete quarter. As they went to the free throw line, Maris, 7 times, and was 7 of 7.
You know, and 8 of 9 for the game and 7 of 7 the quarter. And if Ron Kidd can find a way to bottle that quarter, because when you play the kind of defense that Beckley did in that quarter and still able to score 25 points, that shows you that their offense really fed off of the stops they got on the defensive end.
And something else, it looked like, and it looks like they're building their bench. They're getting a little more depth with the kids coming off the bench. And as soon as Preston Clary was inserted into the lineup in that second quarter, he knocks down a 3.
Right, and Drew
first quarter.
Yeah, and Fitzwater, both of those two players, when they got in the game, they made their presence felt. Walton now back into the game as he'll start the second half. Got in early foul trouble as Kobe Dillon puts up a 3 and it won't go. There's Walton on the putback, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, but you know who should get credited with that is Nazir King was able to keep that ball alive right there by just getting a tip deflection, and Walton gets to the free throw line.
Yeah, Walton really hadn't had a chance to really get a sweat going because he got those 2 quick fouls and he came out of the game. He said for the biggest part of that first half as he makes the first free throw, and Beckley's largest lead of the game is right here.
And as you said, this second one's a big one to make, because I'd look for Beckley to extend that pressure on the make.
And that is the case. The made anyway, and the pressure as well. Coach Thomas over here with us, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a Beckley foul, and what you don't want to do is foul 90 feet away from your own basket.
And I think that's going to be whistled on Kobe Dillon maybe, getting a little.
I think so.
Yep, that
Kobe
was
Dillon.
on Kobe. We said that in unison.
Yep, got his hand caught in a cookie jar. But he said they were good cookies, though.
Yeah.
Instead of taking one, I got to take 2.
If it's chocolate chip, I'm ready.
Yeah. Oatmeal raisin, instead of taking 1, I got to take 2, right? And that's when he got caught. All right. Greenbrier East having a hard time getting the ball up, and they just barely do. And Beckley doing a great job with their pressure. There's a drive into the lane, little short shot up and in. You know, Brody Hamry, solid player, and he's able to get the bucket there.
Yeah, and that's his 8th point as he was able. He knocked down. Oh, what a rebound by Walton.
Walton able to clean up the miss by Dillon in the putback. Walton already inserting himself, Eric, 2 free throws. The last possession and a putback on this possession.
And that was a man's rebound right there. He went above the rim and got it, but he's going to pick up a tough one. That's his 3rd, and that's going to get him some bench time here as we see that instant replay on the rebound.
If you watch Coach Kidd, if you had hair, it's all thrown over on the sideline. It's just like, you know, you sit the biggest part of the first half because you're in foul trouble, and you commit a foul right off the bat. And, Eric, I think one of the reasons that Coach Kidd can leave him in there because of the lead that Beckley has.
Yeah, and that's one reason. And this is a teachable moment too, right, Maris? Learn to play through foul trouble a little bit.
Yeah, when you got them 2 fouls, you got to play smart. You can't give up a foul, 75, 80 feet away from your basket.
Yeah, and, he wasn't going to steal the ball there. Sometimes you can be overly aggressive in situations, and that was the case there for Jalen.
Here's Penn.
Whoa.
Now over to Patton. Around the horn they go. Here's a 3. Is good. That's a good-looking shot. And that will go by Lambert.
Lane Lambert knocking on double figures door.
Nice pass for Redfern to King, and King able to finish. That was a beautiful pass by Elijah Redfern.
Nice drive and dish, dumping it off. And Nazir King's been the beneficiary of a lot of sweet passes from Elijah Redfern tonight.
And that's the one thing, and I think no matter what happens here tonight, and we saw this on Saturday, moving forward, for Beckley to get where they ultimately want to go, they need more of that, and I think that's what Elijah Redfern will do coming back, not necessarily having to look to score 30 a game, but get a lot of other people involved.
Yeah, just scoring spots. He pretty much can get to the rim anytime he wants to.
And, of course, in the game's on the line, then you can look as Penn travels.
Wow, I thought that was going to be a whistle on Walton.
I was going to say, like in that fourth quarter the other afternoon against Huntington, there were a lot of times where Elijah Redfern looked, hey, I can get right, as you said, I can get right to the rim, and he did, and he can score.
You're talking about against some stellar athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, he went 6 straight points at one point, just getting layups.
Here's Redfern now shaking and baking. Hawthorne for 3, and that won't go. Rebound, Greenbrier East. Lambert with it.
But another good setup by Elijah Redfern there, so, building on what we're talking about, getting everyone else involved.
Here's Patton for 3, and that's too strong. Long rebound out to Kobe Dillon.
Kobe Dillon skies to snatch one out of there.
Well, I don't know if he did that, but he was right there as Redfern dials up a 3. It won't go. I think Walton knocked that out of bounds, and he did, and it'll go over to Greenbrier. Yeah, Kobe Dillon will say he skied, but the video don't lie, Eric. I mean, Kobe Dillon does a lot of things, but I think he would agree. If he was sitting here beside me, I think he would agree that he didn't sky for that rebound.
Yeah, but, on a serious note, Jalen Walton didn't get that rebound, but he's really attacking the glass lately.
All right, here's DeHaven. Will pull up and shoot it. It won't go. Walton able to clear the boards for Beckley. Coming up on 4.5 here in the third. They leave Redfern open, 15-footer straight away.
Walton with the rebound.
Walton goes up, short shot, can't get it to go, and Redfern punches the ball out of bounds. So Greenbrier East will dip into its bench. And Jacob Tomlinson will check into the Spartan lineup. Greenbrier East entered the ball game 4-10, losers of 5 in a row. Beckley right at 500, 6-6, and they beat Huntington on Saturday afternoon in thrilling fashion. Little floater into the lane by Penn is good.
And Donovan Penn, great in space as he drops the little teardrop.
Got to like that under control, little floater into the lane. They go into the post. King spins. Good Greenbrier East defense, and I thought for a minute Beckley turned it over, but Greenbrier East was the last to touch it.
Yeah, the spacing right there, when Penn spun to his left, I think Walton was cutting to the basket, and he drew his defender there with him. But good recognition right there by Redfern trying to get it down low.
Hawthorne with it. Down low to Walton's, and the basket will count, and he's fouled as Kobe Dillon went right out of his shoe. And now there's one Kobe Dillon can say, the pass was so good it took me right out of my shoe, as there's Walton with the and one. And we said this back in the pregame show that Walton can be dominant in the post, but you got to stay out of foul trouble, so you can't be dominant in the post, right?
And he's had a knack the last 2 games. The third quarter has kind of been the Shady game and then the Huntington game.
As he polishes off a 3-point play. But Beckley's really dialed it up on the defensive end, and that's led to the good offense they've had. Here's Penn with another little floater, and he hits. Greenbrier's trying to hang around. They've trimmed the lead to 15, 3.5 here in the third.
Yeah, Penn has that floater down.
Kobe Dillon, that ball left to short, but there's King with an offensive rebound. Redfern put Penn in the popcorn machine and then threw it away. Here's DeHaven on the move, and the ball's turned over, and DeHaven commits the foul.
Yeah, a little grab, and that's a good foul, I think. It stopped a fast break right there as
I know that score isn't right. It says 180-83 with 47:07 left. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 51-36 with 3:15
having some
left in the
technical
third.
difficulties.
That's all right.
Now.
Hey, Eric, you and I'll pull. We'll pull everybody through.
There we go.
Now we got it. The heavy hitter on his game, as always, Mr. Nick Eskins. I thought I was going to have to swing back into radio mode, right? As far as the score
That's
and
correct.
The clock was concerned. Redfern on the drive, and I think he lost it, but it'll go off Greenbrier East. It'll stay with Beckley as Fitzwater will check into the lineup. Greenbrier East will send in Dixon, and also into the lineup for Greenbrier East, or back in the lineup, will be Lambert.
So this is the first time this combination of players have been on the floor together tonight.
Get the ball to Walton. He stripped. That's a good defense, and then a foul.
And then that's his fourth.
Yes, and I think Walton might come out of the game
and
now.
He was just about to come out of the game.
Well, he's coming out now as Preston Clary will check in. But you're right. As soon as you said that, we're going to have twin towers with Walton and Fitzwater on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, I was actually wanting to see that combination.
Well, so that's the third team foul in Beckley. Each team with 3 team fouls, and even 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Greenbrier East does a good job breaking the pressure. There's McGraw on the drive. That's a wild-looking shot, and Fitzwater gets the rebound. Hawthorne's open, thought about the 3, will go inside Fitzwater, and there's a Greenbrier East foul. You know, Fitzwater he's so big, and the way he expanded that time, that's what he needs to do.
I was going to say, a good post
up. That's a great post up for the big fella.
Good target, and fourth team foul on Greenbrier East. The next one will be shooting.
Yeah, and that's what all East could do, because they had no chance. They're playing behind Fitzwater, no chance to defend him, when he posts up, that deep. Here's Redfern, thought about the 3, will put it on the deck, get into the lane, puts up the short shot, it won't go.
May have got away with a charge.
I was going to say, a lot of contact there, and back the other way is Greenbrier East. Good defensive play by Kobe Dillon as he strips Hamrick. Hawthorne on the drive, a lot of contact, count if it goes, and Hawthorne will polish off, or try to polish off, a 3-point play.
Watch this on the end, and that was the correct call. Good body control by Hawthorne, but he's lucky. He might have got a T right there, got a little overzealous, but great finish by Hawthorne.
As nice as that finish was by Hawthorne, what made the play was the strip on the other end by Kobe Dillon.
And I've told you, he's got sneaky good hands. He comes up with a lot of deflections and steals, Kobe Dillon does.
And Hawthorne polishes off a 3-point play, and Beckley has its biggest lead of the game right here at 18.
Good ball movement to break the pressure.
Baseline shot won't go. The ball's tipped from Redfern to Fitzwater. And now back to Redfern. Dillon on the trail, thought about the 3, stops, and knocks down a 3 ball. Kobe Dillon, and now Beckley with this largest lead. Here's a steal. Fitzwater with a putback.
No, that was
Hawthorne. I beg your pardon, Hawthorne. And Greenbrier East wants a timeout. 1:49 for the third. Beckley leads 59-36, a full timeout. We'll take it with them as we watch Kobe Dillon a splashdown here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
Well, Eric, Beckley with some great defense and knocking down some big shots have opened up their largest lead of the game right here at 59-36 with 1:49 left here in the third.
Yeah, defense has been the theme of the evening. The pressure has really gotten to Greenbrier East in this contest.
And right here, and you talked about it, there's another steal. Here's Hawthorne with it. They whip the pass to Redfern. He'll find Kobe Dillon. Trying to get the ball to Fitzwater in the low post. They do. And Beckley will throw it away. But the defensive pressure has really been the key. And after Greenbrier East had an 18-point first quarter, They've only scored 18 points since then, Eric. They've got 36. They had 18 at the end of one. They've doubled. They've got 8. They've had 18 since then.
Yeah,
like
up
36.
to this point, 9 points in this quarter and 9 in the second.
And as good as Beckley has shot the ball and as good as they have played on the offensive end of the floor, what started this is how well they played on the defensive end of the floor.
And Beckley's well on its way to another 20-point quarter if they can finish this one strong.
Yeah, this is the best, and I think even with the win over Huntington, from beginning to end, Eric, as there's a shot rejected by Fitzwater, I think this is the best that I've seen Beckley play from the start of the game up to where we are now.
And that was a good defensive play. It looked like Drew Fitzwater was about to take the charge, but instead he gets the block.
Yeah, that time Dillon went to the feet of Fitzwater. You got to throw the ball up high to the big fellas. Kobe Dillon, he says, I can throw it at his feet, but when I get it back, I can rain it for 3.
5 threes on the night. Might need a timeout.
So it's really been tough sledding for Greenbrier since that first quarter.
As we see Kobe Dillon's 3 on the instant replay there.
Yep. I think you heard me say, because he kind of like gave me a little look as he knocked down that 3. You know, here's a good name is there's a foul on Fitzwater. I think a name that you could call Kobe Dillon, and mean this in the nice way, he's like the quiet assassin.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he will just rip the heart out of teams when he knocks down those 3s.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, Maris, everybody just thinks he's a shooter.
Well, he's more than that.
He's more than that. He helps so much on the defensive end and real cerebral with how he plays. It's all about anticipating the next pass and getting your hands in there, and he does a great job of deflections and just a complete player.
Hamrick made the first of 2. Now he made them both. Final 40 seconds of the third. It's been a 20-point quarter for Beckley. They had a 25-point second quarter, now a 20-point third quarter up to this point here in the final 30 seconds of the third. And perhaps they'll hold it for the final shot. But everybody that's played for Beckley tonight, Eric, has played well. As Redfern on the drive, they cut him off. Kobe Dillon for 3, in and out, heartbreak. Here's the final 4 seconds. Greenbrier with a chance. Do they know the clock? And Patton does not as the time runs out at the end of 3. It's Beckley 62 and Greenbrier 38. Back to the fourth quarter after this here on Video Productions.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
And we welcome you back to Beckley for the final quarter. And Eric, as we take a look quarter by quarter, Greenbrier East won the first quarter 18-17, but since then it's been all Beckley, as Beckley led 42-27, a 15-point advantage at the break, and they've opened up the big lead 62-38. And Eric, through 3, this is the final score of the first game. Back on December 8th, it was 62-38.
Yes,
and here we are going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you were right on point. I keep telling you, with that first quarter and the pace of it, was frantic, and it was the kind of pace that would benefit Beckley early on.
And like I said, Greenbrier may have been able to do that for 1 quarter, but it's hard to sustain that for 3 more quarters against this Beckley team.
Yes, and they need to get their big gun, Gabe Patton, back going in this quarter, because he had 7 at halftime, but didn't score a point in that third quarter.
Yeah, and that puts him 10 points below his average. But like I said, as good as Beckley, the offensive numbers are going to look, it really started on the defensive end, and there's Patton dialing up a 3. He must have heard us, Eric, as he immediately dials up a 3 ball and knocks it down.
As any good scorer or shooter does.
Redfern shaking and baking into the lane. Dillon for 3. That doesn't go. Boy, that's about as good a look as you can get, right? And back
just a tad off.
Here's Penn on the drive into the lane and threw that ball maybe a little hard. He probably should have shot that one. And Greenbrier East will turn it over. But I think that's what East thought when they saw Penn driving into the lane. I think all his teammates thought he was going to shoot it, and he
turned into rebound.
And he probably should have shot it.
Yeah, because he made 2 floaters, in that just same angle in that third quarter.
High ball screen. Redfern right down the lane, tacks the basket, doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. It is possible, Eric, these two teams could meet again in the sectional tournament. But right now, I know there's still basketball to be played, but right now you've got Aline Beckley was going to be the number 1 seed on their side of the section. And really, I'm not really sure, Eric, and you're probably going to have to help me out on this, as the pecking order of 2, 3, and 4. I really couldn't say right now.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I was thinking, didn't Greenbrier East go beat
Oak
Hill?
Well, they split.
They split.
And I don't
know the
Princeton beat Oak Hill. They kind of beat each other. So I really couldn't give you 2, 3, and 4 right now.
I would say I'd have to lean maybe Princeton.
And, of course, and that might be a lean now, but, of course, there's still basketball to be played, and we'll see how that works out. But Beckley will be 4-0 as that 3-ball is knocked down that time by Dixon. And you would think Beckley would be able to hang on and win this game. And if that's the case, Beckley would be 3-0 on their part of the section, as there's a Greenbrier East foul.
And Greenbrier East picks up its second as we look at the 3 by Dixon there as he knocks it down.
Because, Eric, on the other side, Beckley has got 2 more games on the other side of the region. They'll have to go to George Washington, which Beckley lost to, and they'll have to go to play Capital here, which they beat Capital at Capital. And that would be great if you win that. As Fitzwater able to score again. Great low post position by the big fella and a nice finish. Nice job by Kobe Dillon with the steal. Hawthorne splits the defenders, puts it up and in.
What a move by Hawthorne to get it up off the glass and in.
But Beckley has really turned up the gas in this game. There's a 3 short. And Eric, you touched on it, and we both said that, but you really hit on it. The Beckley seemed like they had like a little bit more gas in their tank. As Clary with the finish. Biggest lead of the game right here.
With a nice assist by Elijah Redfern. And the pace of the game as Kobe Dillon runs back to the paint and tries to keep Greenbrier East from throwing, and they took a bad shot. Another nice look.
Fitzwater now in double figures. And a timeout by Greenbrier East. 5:49 for the game, and Beckley is starting to run away and hide as they lead now 71-44. It's going to be a full timeout, I believe, and it is, and we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Northside, where everybody rides. Northside Chevrolet Buick GMC, Route 19 in Summersville on Northside Drive. Brand new professional-grade GMCs for less, including ready-for-work heavy duties, Chevy Silverados, Equinox, and more at Northside. A new generation of luxury is here. Experience the new Buick at Northside Chevrolet Buick GMC, Route 19 in Summersville. Browse our enormous inventory now at northsidewv.net.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
Well, Beckley with this biggest lead of the game right here, Eric, 71-44, and during the timeout, what fans were there in the Greenbrier student section, they've headed to the exits as Beckley with that nice run and perhaps have delivered the knockout punch. 3 is good in the near side corner, and that's by Dixon.
Back-to-back 3 balls from Dixon.
Hawthorne on the drive. He turns it over. 5.5 to go. And, you know, Eric, only the second time this season has Beckley scored 70 or more. And there's a turnover. Beckley scored 71 back before Christmas in a game up in Morgantown against University. That was the game that Elijah Redfern was hurt. They won that 71-46. Ironically, it's 71-47 now with 5:17 to go.
Yeah, and well, this is what Elijah Redfern's third game back.
Third game back. Shady, Huntington, and now here tonight.
And now maybe they're finding their groove offensively now.
And what's he got tonight? Because he has really distributed the ball well. It's been a total team effort on the offensive end. 10. Clary will dial it up, back iron, no good.
Yeah, but I like the aggression, the aggressiveness, and he's taking good shots as Clary.
Patton's three's an air ball. Clary comes out of there with it. Yep. So under 5 for the game. The ball in low to King, and he'll finish.
Another dime by Elijah Redfern.
He has a double-double.
13 for King.
King's played really well. But like I said, this is the biggest offensive output of the season for Beckley here. There's a drive by Hamrick, who's played good for Greenbrier East. But this is the biggest offensive output for Beckley tonight, Eric, all year.
15 for King, and you're right.
But it's what they did on the defensive end of the floor in this game.
Yeah, the defense set the tone, and we stated that as Walton gets free on the baseline.
Yep, and a nice short shot off the glass, up and in. Yeah, but I think this has been the best game Beckley has played from the opening tip over here these next 4 minutes. And I'm not so sure as there's a foul as A.J. Thomas will check into the game. But, Eric, I know beating Huntington gave this team a lot of confidence, and then you're playing your arch rival Greenbrier East at home. And like I said, you had mentioned that Beckley just seemed like they started the game with like they had high test in their tank more than regular.
Yeah, they had a lot of bounce. Maybe Diesel.
Yeah, maybe is Patton rattles it in for 3. Now Greenbrier still fighting back, as you know they would be. King down low. He'll try to split the defenders, and he does. The shot won't go, and Hamrick clears the rebound.
And A.J. Thomas has been inserted into the game contest for Elijah Redfern, and you know, maybe they don't want to leave him in there. As Manda, I think
Dixon.
That's Dixon.
Yep.
That's his third tray of the quarter.
Yeah, we're under 4. There's probably no reason to leave Redfern into the ball game. And here's Walton into the lane. He'll whip a pass to Clary. And Beckley could even run a little clock here, up by 20, coming up on the 3-minute mark here of the ball game. Clary will drive to the basket, use the window, a little too strong, got his own rebound, put it back up, and he couldn't get it to go, and then a foul, and Clary will get to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, but he was real strong with the basketball, was able to get it up.
He took, and watch it, if you see the end of that replay, he hit the floor pretty hard.
Hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, there's no wood going to come out of that spot no more. As Clary will get to the free throw line.
He might be a little shaken up.
Knocks down the first free throw. Clary almost had an 80% free throw shooter, about 78 and some change. So Kobe Dillon will come out of the ball game. Another great night for Kobe Dillon. And Clary will shoot the second of 2. And he got them both.
Well, here's where if you're Beckley, when you dig back into this bench, you don't want to see a letdown. You want to play with that same intensity.
27 has been the biggest lead tonight, and now the lead has been trimmed to 20. That was a nice play that time.
And Hamrick has put together a nice game.
Hawthorne whips a pass to King, who finishes it with a layup.
It's a career high right here for Nazir King with 17 points.
So Becky's going to have how many guys in double figures? 5?
2,
Patton for 3, too strong. A.J. Thomas clears the rebound.
They have 4 right now, but he's knocking on double figures.
Walton.
That's 5.
So like I said, Becky's going to have 5 guys in double figures. There's a little short shot on the baseline. The roll goes for Dixon. And got a rolling timeout to get new players into the ball game.
11 points in the quarter for Dixon.
And getting in will be Lucas Rainey for Beckley.
And Mickey.
And Braylon Mickey.
Mickey.
But, yeah, so you're looking at Redfern in double figures, Kobe Dillon in double figures. You're looking at Fitzwater off the bench in double figures, King in double figures. And who's the fifth one?
Walton.
So
and all of them in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. But like I said, everybody that Beckley has put in the game here tonight, Eric, has played well. I mean, this is one of them games that whatever Beckley did in their practice or their shoot-around, sure Coach Kidd want to bottle that. If Beckley can continue to play like this the remainder of the way. Here's a steal by Greenbrier East by McGraw, and that should be –
that's goaltending.
Goaltending. That's what I thought. That should have been goaltending.
Hey, I don't think they knew that the little guy like that could get up like
Thomas
that.
Elevated, and I thought that was definitely goaltending. And now we have a held ball, and the arrow will keep it with Beckley. But I'm with you, Eric. That's the first thing that went through my mind. If we got that replay, that was clearly goaltending.
Let's see the vertical on this one. Definitely up by the rim.
That's definitely goaltending. Yeah, and I know that was going at full speed, and the referees don't have the luxury of the video like you and I do. But I actually thought live when he did it that it was a goaltend as Godfrey misses the shot in close for Greenbrier East. But A.J. Thomas with some hops on that, wasn't it? Rainey for three, and it won't go. He had a good look.
I think the crowd wanted that one.
Coming up on the final minute of this one. So Greenbrier East is going to lose their sixth straight game. They're going to go to 4-11. Beckley's going to be a game over 500. And after losing two in a row, now Beckley is going to turn around and win two in a row.
I think they got that one wrong off the deflection. It looked like it went off the Greenbrier East kid's face.
So, yeah. So King will come out of the game, like I said, a career high, his best game. Fitzwater back in there. So, we talked about Beckley being having three bigs that deep, all three in double figures here tonight. There's another three. Is good by Dixon.
He's put on a shooting exhibition.
Here's Rainey. Final 40 seconds of the game. We got an injured player. And that's McGraw up under the basket.
What happened there?
As we watch the replay, it looked like he just took a tumble maybe. He got caught up and tripped over, and his face
hit the floor.
Yeah, and it was inadvertent. The feet got tangled up. Him and Rainey's feet got tangled up there. And there's no give in that floor. So with this win tonight, as I mentioned, Beckley now will be one game over 500. Beckley will have Bluefield this weekend, Eric, back-to-back. You and I will have the home game here on Friday night, Beckley and Bluefield. And then the game, I'm told, will start at 6 o'clock down at the Brushwork Armory on Saturday. Video Productions will have it. It won't be you and I, but it'll be on Video Productions. You and I will be at the gym over in Beckley for a girls' game, the Lady Big Reds against the Lady Flying Eagles. That's a 1 o'clock tip Saturday afternoon. And then also here at the Armory, Tech will play women's at 1 and the men's at 3. Fitzwater misses inside.
That might have been the easiest shot Fitzwater had all night.
Final 30 seconds of this one. And a steal by A.J. Thomas. Fitzwater, the big fella, runs the floor and he draws the foul. Shot that one a little strong.
A little strong. I told him to go up with a little more,
more
force.
Well, and maybe he couldn't, but maybe he just went up and stuffed it with two hands. So Fitzwater will get to the line and he'll shoot two. He's had a good game tonight, and the first free throw is good.
Good steal by A.J. Thomas and getting out in transition.
Stay with us in our Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Fitzwater makes the second. We'll recap. We'll go inside the numbers. Clock is not running, but it should be. And now it is in the final 15 seconds of the game. Darius Burns now into the ball game for East. Here's Godfrey with it. Burns will take a three and hit. And that will put the final score, Beckley 83, Greenbrier 65. So with the win, Beckley has now won 2 in a row. Beckley will now go 1 game over 500. They are 7-6. Greenbrier East has now lost 6 in a row, and they will fall to 4-11. We'll take our first fourth quarter break, come back and get you ready for the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, and we'll do it coming up next here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Final score, Beckley, they defeat Greenbrier East 83-65. Your scoring recap is brought to you by Edward Jones, your financial advisor. You can call Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995, and she'll help you through whatever advising you need, whether you are currently still working or if you're ready for retirement. And also tonight's game brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel with locations in Beckley and Princeton, and had me lunch there today. They got some delicious food, tried their meatloaf and their green beans. That's what I had this afternoon at Cracker Barrel. Well, Beckley scored the first 5. Greenbrier East then scored the next 6 to go up 6-5. Back and forth we went, tied at 10, tied at 13. Greenbrier East led 18-17 at the quarter, but a big second quarter, and Beckley led by 15 at the half. 42-27. The lead then went to 62-38, and ironically, at the end of the third quarter, that 62-38 Beckley lead was the exact score of the first game when they played back on December 8th. Beckley won that 62-38, and that was the score at the end of the third quarter, and then a big fourth quarter, and Beckley wins it 83-65. We'll take a break here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers, and we'll do it on the other end of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're repping the blue and gold, staying ready is key.
That's why we hit up Little General Stores, our go-to when the clock is ticking.
At LG, they're hustling to cover your daily needs, fueling you both on and off the court.
From the finest snacks to a team that's always ready to assist, Little General Stores is the ultimate stop.
You can rest easy knowing LG has all your essentials.
Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Find out more at lgstores.com.
And we welcome you back to the Pioneer Community Bank Postgame Show. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. And the only number you need when you need a plumber is 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Also inside the numbers brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes. We're having a Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling Saturday, February the 10th. From 10 o'clock to midnight, $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can dial up Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328 to make your reservations. Beckley wins the ball game, 83-65. And for the numbers, here's Eric.
Yeah, a great offensive performance by Beckley tonight, spurred by their defense, and they were able to put up 83 points on the evening. And Greenbrier East had 65, and they shot the ball well from three. Greenbrier East Mariners made 11 three-pointers. They only had 14 two-pointers on the night. So without that hot shooting, this game may have really been a blowout.
Yeah, 33 of their 65 from downtown.
Yes, I mean they shot the ball well. And leading Greenbrier East in scoring was Nathan Dixon with 14 and Brady Hamrick with 14. And their leading scorer, Gabe Patton, has 13, but really didn't get anything going, after halftime. And to round out their scoring, they got 9 from Donovan Penn and 9 from Lane Lambert, and a 3-ball at the end of the game for Darius Burns to round out their scoring for Greenbrier East. They went to the free throw line 5 times and made 4 of them on the night. Well, Beckley, they made 23 twos and 6 3-pointers. They were 17 of 19 from the free throw line on the evening, and they had 5 people in double figures tonight, and led by Nazir King, who had 17 points, Jalen Walton 11, Drew Fitzwater 12, Elijah Redfern 10, but I'd like to see his assist total. I guarantee you he had double figures in assists. Kobe Dillon had 15, and all of them coming from deep three-point line. And like I said, it was a good total effort, team effort, and a good win tonight by Beckley.
Yep, anytime you can beat your rival, and Beckley swept the season series with Greenbrier East. And one thing, Eric, and I mentioned this through the broadcast and here in our postgame show, ironically, that at the end of the third quarter, Beckley led 62-38, and that was the exact score that Beckley beat East by back on December 8th, 62-38. Only was through 3 quarters this time instead of 4 quarters in the first game of the season.
Yeah, and you're right, and we both agree that this game was fueled by defense. Like you said, whether it was unleaded or high or diesel, they came out and they really had a pep in their step. But they strung together 2 wins, which unfortunately is the longest winning streak of the season. But got a tough opponent coming here on Friday night.
Bluefield. We'll talk about that real quick after we take our final break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, With Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we're back one final time here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Beckley defeats Greenbrier East 83-65. Beckley's now won 2 in a row. They're a game over 500. They are 7-6. Greenbrier East will fall to 4-11. They've lost 6 in a row. The next game that you and I will have, Eric, will have a girls' game on Thursday. It'll be Beckley and Riverside. But the next time we see the Beckley boys team will be Friday night when they play the first of 2 against Bluefield. And real quick, your final take on this game, and then what's ahead for Beckley Friday against Bluefield?
Well, I think piggybacking off of that Huntington game, Maris, I think that gave them, some confidence. But if they can bottle up, like you said, that defensive intensity, they communicated well, they shared the basketball, and I think moving forward, for this to be a complete team, that's what they're going to have to do.
Well, Beckley wins tonight, 83-65 for our entire staff here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. We appreciate, as always, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. We also appreciate Jackie Moon on camera. For my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Beckley beats Greenbrier East 83-65. Good night, everybody.